Hi guys, this is Mrs. Thomas, and today I'm going to talk to you about citing your sources. We've been talking about plagiarizing and giving credit to a online source or a book or maybe a person for something that they said or thought or their ideas so that we can use those words and their information in our presentations or in our research, but without plagiarizing. Of course, we would want to paraphrase the information that we get from these sources. If we're putting something directly in our notes, word for word, we want to put quotes around it. And then of course, we want to cite our source. So this is a great website that we have access to at Liberty View. This is also a site that you will use if you go to Pleasant Ridge Middle School or if you end up going to Blue Valley West High School someday. Both of those buildings also use noodletools. So I will put a link to noodletools on my Canvas page, and your teacher might as well, but it's just noodletools.com. Pay attention to how to spell noodles there. So noodletools.com. When you go to noodletools.com, you're gonna click the login purple button over here on the side. Now, mine has saved my account, but you're going to want to log in with your credentials. Your credentials are the same that you log into the computer. If I go to my golden ticket over here for our usernames and our passwords that we use, the Noodle Tools, really we use this for grades 4 through 5. So you're going to use your first initial, middle initial, last name, just like you sign on to a computer at school. And then your password is going to be your student ID number. That's your 101 number, remember. So if I go back over here, and for the sake of demonstrating, I'm going to sign in as my son. So if I put the information in and I click sign in, it's saying incorrect username and password. Well, maybe he doesn't have an account made. Maybe you have never been on Noodle Tools and you don't have an account made. Last spring, when we shut down school, we kind of missed out on learning this. This is usually spring of 4th grade. We kind of hit Noodle Tools hard. So you're going to have to go down here to register. And you are going to do an account link to a school or library, subscription or trial. And for the school library username, you're going to put lowercase LVES. And for the password, you're going to put research. All lowercase, research. Then hit your continue. Now, on this part, you're going to leave this marked over here. You are a student, so you're going to leave that. Your graduation year. So what year do you expect to graduate from high school? So for you guys right now, I believe it would be, let me think, 25 is 8th graders, 7th graders, 6th graders, 5th graders. So you guys are 2028. Now, choose personal ID. This is where you're going to put in those Blue Valley credentials again, okay? This is where you're going to put it in. And for your password, this is where you're going to put your student ID number in. And then it's going to make you put it in again. So you're putting in that 101 number twice. Now, these last 2 blanks, it wants you to put in some information in case you forget your login information someday. So for your initials, for my son, I would just put JT. And then for phone number, it says last 4 digits. That gets really confusing because we have cell phones and some of us have home phones, and we have my mom's phone number and my dad's and mine, and it gets confusing. So what we're going to recommend, and this is in a request from Pleasant Ridge Middle School, is that in that phone number box, you again put the year that you're going to graduate from high school, which for 5th graders is going to be 2028. For my 4th graders, you're going to put 2029. Okay, and then you're going to click register. And I don't need to save this because I'm on my computer. You can save that on your computer. So this brings up, it has his information right here. A couple things you want to pay attention to. We have projects, dashboard, sources, note cards, paper. Projects, sources, and dashboard, these 3 are going to be probably your big ones. When you create a new project, you'll push this green button and you'll put your project title. So let's say I'm going to have a source for my animal research. So I could name this, or ecosystems. And then for you guys, you're always going to pick MLA, okay? MLA, and then you can pick the starter. So always pick those first two and then hit submit. Now up here, it clicked me over to my dashboard. So if I go back over to projects, I see that it's right here. I don't have any sources or notes in there yet, but this is when it was created. If I go into my ecosystems and I go to sources, this is where I can actually start citing my sources. So you would want to click the green new source button. And this is where you'll start picking. If your information came from PebbleGo, PebbleGo Next, or BrainPop, you would, or even Culturegrams, you would click database. If you used a website, so on this, I would do online encyclopedias like World Book, Britannica, or let's say for my ecosystems, I went to the World Wildlife Foundation website. I would click website. If it's from a book that I got from the library or home and I actually have the book, that would be print or in hand. If you do find some things on maybe an app or an ebook, because we do have access to some ebooks, let's say you found something on Access 360, then you can cite it there. So if we pretend that I have used BrainPop, once I click that, it brings up what I have, okay? And I would just do the original content. For website, same thing. Was it you would just leave web page. And actually, if you're doing an online encyclopedia, you could do website or database, and you'll want to click this reference source. So original content. And then this is where I would go in and fill in the information. Okay. Now, when I am with you in person and we're citing more sources, I will help explain this even more to you. There is a copy and paste, easy, quick citation. What I would ask for you to do today, though, you should have time. And remember, over here is your sign out. I'm going to ask for you today to go to noodletools.com to the home page, okay? So we just type that in. And I'm going to ask for you to just register and log in your account. So you'll go to login, remember, and go down to register. And remember, for the library name, lowercase LVES, and your password's going to be research, okay? LVES, research, continue. Oh, I think I misspelled that. That's okay. And then this is where fourth graders will select 2029, fifth graders select 2028. This is personal ID will be your student ID number or your student login information like the computer, password, student ID number, initials, your first and last name initials, and then instead of phone number, put your school year, graduation again, and click register. That's really all I need you to do today. And then we can get more into using Noodle Tools later. I hope this helps and makes sense. And if you guys have questions, I will be around to help you and we will navigate this together. Thank you so much. Take care.